How's it going, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Sports News Flash at 12 with your weekend sports anchor, Miguel Mike Medina. This weekend is all about championship football. The regular season is over, and now it's time to get into the real deal. First off, congratulations to Marshall Thundering Herd. We are Marshall. We are Marshall. We are Marshall. Speaking of Marshall, I gotta get a sweatshirt. I had to get that black and green. They have been a phenomenal story this year. They've had their first double-digit winning season since 2015. Salute to head coach Charles Huff. They absolutely dominated Louisiana, 31-3. And now they've won their first Sun Belt championship. So proud of Marshall, so proud of them. So proud of them. They have to bring Coach Huff back next season. This is his fourth season with the team. He's done an outstanding job. He loves being at Marshall. His family loves being at Marshall. They have to run it back next season. They have to. That's a program that I want to see them get better. When you think about Marshall, when I think about Marshall, I think about two things: Randy Moss and the movie We Are Marshall, which is based on that tragedy of that plane crash. But I'm not gonna get too much into that. But again, salute to Marshall. I'm happy for them. It has been an impeccable season for them. How about them Georgia Bulldogs? Kirby Smart is literally living up to that last name. He is smart. He flat out outcoached Texas head coach Steve. Listen, Texas Longhorns, I respect them. I like Quinn Ewers. I like their head coach. I highly respect their program. And it's funny because my colors, I'm basically wearing the Texas Longhorns color, but it wasn't intentional, all right? But I felt that last night's game, they were a bit too loyal to Quinn Ewers. I would have wished to see Arch Manning come into the game, make some throws, make some plays. I knew that when the Texas Longhorns only had 6 points in the first half, nearing the end of the first half, they were up only by 6 points. But it looked like they could have dominated that game. It could have been a blowout. So they lost this game in overtime. Carson Beck went down. The Longhorns, they dropped the ball. They needed to win this game. They had to win this game. This was a revenge game for them. And they dropped the ball. They had one loss this season, which was to the Bulldogs, 30-15. And now they lost this one, which hurts even way more because it was the SEC championship game. Shame, shame. And speaking of shame, those Penn State Nittany Lions. James Franklin once again and this program failed to win in a big game. They've constantly struggled, losing to Ohio State, Michigan, and now Oregon. Yes, they played a great game against Oregon, and Oregon is the #1 team in the country, but there's no excuse. No excuse. I don't give Penn State a pass for this one. This was a failure. Penn State failed against Oregon. It was not impossible for them to win. It may have been improbable, but it wasn't impossible. Penn State is good. They could have won this game. And once again, they couldn't win the big game. Salute Clemson Tigers. They almost blew it in the second half when SMU made that comeback. But Clemson, they won it with an impeccable drive for a game-winning field goal. They won this game 34-31. They are the ACC champions. I wish it could have been the Miami Hurricanes, but they stinked up the joint. Clemson Tigers, they earned it. And I'm happy for them, especially after they lost that very heartbreaking game last week against the South Carolina Gamecocks. I knew that they were going to come into this game, play with anger. Like, again, their defense almost screwed it up, but they won at the end with the field goal. Great game. Great ACC game. I'm happy for Clemson. They deserve it. Arizona State Sun Devils. What a turnaround it has been for this program. A program that won 3 games last season, and this season they won 10. Salute to Coach Kenny, 34 years old. 34 years old. Kenny Dillingham. That's a coach that any player would want to play for. I love how he fire up his guys. He brings out the best out of his guys. I thought that Iowa State, Arizona State was going to be a tight game. I predict Arizona State to win 35-30. But that second half was just pure dominance. And how about that running back, Cam Scatterbull? He's like a Marshawn Lynch out there breaking tackles. He's tough to bring down. Arizona State, what a magnificent season. By the way, I did order a shirt of Arizona State. I believe it was last week or so. And it should be arriving soon. But boy, oh boy. What a team, what a season, what a ride. And now they're the Big 12 champions. Off to baseball. From the Bronx to Queens, Clay Holmes, he signs a 3-year deal with the Mets. Luis Severino, from New York to Vegas, he signs, which I was shocked, he signed with the Athletics, 3-year deal. Wish him the best of luck. Hopefully he stays healthy. The Juan Soto fiasco still going on. If I had to predict, he will land in one of 2 places: Boston Red Sox or Los Angeles Dodgers. Either way, it's gonna spark a huge rivalry with the Yankees, and I'm all for it. Coming from a Yankee fan, I'm all for it. Last but not least, arguably the biggest hockey news of the week, Jacob Trouba. The Rangers traded Jacob Trouba to the Anaheim Ducks. Jacob Trouba, he loved being in New York. He was the captain. He did not like the way things ended there. But he's looking forward to the challenge of playing at Anaheim. I wish Jacob Trouba nothing but the best. Hopefully that the players that the Rangers got in return will be more of an asset than a liability. The Rangers defense has been struggling this season. Igor Shesterkin, he signed that big extension. He's the highest paid goalie in the game, I believe. Or the highest paid goalie ever. I mean, he earns the contract because him and Artemi Panarin, they've been sensational for the Rangers this season. So again, wish Jacob Trouba nothing but the best. And hopefully he continues to blossom, but in the West Coast in Anaheim. That does it for this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. This episode will be airing tomorrow, Monday at noon. I had a very busy day, a lot of things going on, so I couldn't put this out earlier. There are probably more news that it'll come out somewhere between tonight and tomorrow. So I'll probably make some YouTube shorts and put this out tomorrow. Any latest news about the college football rankings, the playoffs, etc. So stay tuned for that. Please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless each and every one of you. Have a great week, everyone. And again, I'll repeat again. May God bless each and every one of you. Jesus love each and every one of you.